finally, Jim Norton and Anthony Cumia are back together.
Yeah. Wow.
They said it would never happen except a couple weeks ago on Jim's podcast. And every now and again, a few times a year, actually.
Might have been someone else.
It's like when your favorite band gets back together, except that one guy they both hate.
Each other.
Is that what it is? Opie is the Steven Adler of fucking of the Opie and Anthony Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Living out there
Me
in
and Jimmy have
Strokes.
been buddies forever. It's just one of those things, we're equally as dysfunctional and mental debauched.
Yeah.
And the other guy is even worse.
We talk a lot more than people think. Like, Anthony and I are in touch all the time. Like, I send him little voice notes.
Oh, it's adorable.
Well, do people think
really
you
cute.
guys are like that? You guys are at odds, and it is amazing how people would do that. When Soder left Bonfire, people would for like a year they'd be like, "Are you guys like,
A lot
okay?"
of people, including Soder.
Yeah, Soder.
They'd be like, "Are you guys okay? Like, are you guys okay and still cool?"
You told me you hated him.
Look, that was me and you though.
Oh, right.
Internally, I hate him for what he's done. No, but people assume if that happens, like, oh, you must hate each other.
Yeah, no, I think with me and Jim especially, people just know. We hang out, we do shows together. So yeah, we're good. I don't think anybody really thinks that. We don't shit on each other on social media like, I try not to shit on anyone on social media.
Jim
here.
only shits on his wife in life.
Chest is a chest.
In quotes. Wife.
And chest.
His wife's dick and chest.
Attaboy, Louis.
Yeah.
Let's keep it honest.
Yeah, I mean, I see Opie is at odds with both of you guys right now. I'm seeing.
He told me something yesterday. I literally never. Everyone says they don't check Twitter mentions, or I really don't check them. Like, I tweet something and I take it off my phone. But he told me yesterday that, like, oh yeah, he misread something I said. He thought it was directed to. I said, I don't give a fuck. I just don't
Jimmy's
care.
never
I don't
said
care.
anything.
I don't know what that was exactly. But none of it's on social media for me. I see it all on YouTube, like YouTube clips, people breaking down everything.
Oh, do you watch that? Yeah.
So there was something
Jay goes to
that-
YouTube to read people's tweets.
Yes.
There are
I go, can
shows-
someone read this for me?
There are shows based around people's Twitters.
There, it is a whole
shit like
thing.
that.
There'll
It's
be
an
entire
industry.
YouTube videos that are
Yeah.
like the graphic is a tweet,
Yeah.
and then they'll be like, "This guy tweeted this," and then this guy said this
Yeah.
back, and you're like, "This is Twitter.
That's it.
This is. I don't need a video."
That's a black guy with a beard and sunglasses reading the tweets for you on the screen. This motherfucker said, huh?
It's crazy, man.
It is pretty wild. I didn't see what the thing was, but yeah, it was something that he was mad at you.
I ask Opie every year if we can get an Opie and Anthony reunion at Skankfest,
yeah.
and he has no interest.
No, but every year he goes, "Ask again next year."
Oh no, that will never happen.
No.
If Opie said yes, you would
I
do
don't
it.
know. I don't know if I would do it. I love interacting with Anthony. Like, I have
Yeah,
fun
yeah,
with
yeah.
Anthony. Like, I don't
Well,
care about
this
the
is also
reunion.
the thing I said when this was discussed a couple times now. There was probably a time right after it, and where, like, some of the steam went down, and
Yeah.
you guys could have gotten together and maybe like put together something that was going to be something. The idea of just like, let's get the three of you guys in the room to broadcast again, like, how could that? What's that going to be? It's not going to be good out of the
No.
gates. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's all the magic's happening, guys. Like,
No one wants to see shock jocks in their 60s.
Yeah.
put this wiffle ball bat in your pussy.
A lot of shit we did. Yeah.
No, that they'd still want to see.
You ever get these kids in your lawn? Sucks.
It does suck that all the filth has been taken out of radio. You're a hack if you do it.
Yeah.
I'd like to have
You
girls
should
come
be.
in and do like squirt Olympics and shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like you
Yeah.
can't.
No, I think
Now they're like,
lawyers-
whatever, morning zoo. And you're like, damn it, it is.
Lawyers ruined all that.
Yeah, you can't make
Litigation.
people drink eggnog until they're diabetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
No, it's amazing though what used to be entertainment on regular radio, and now I could scroll through my phone and see literally snuff films. So how
What's your
outrageous-
algorithm?
Yeah.
What algorithm are you on?
No, it's on his photos.
How outrageous is it? Like, oh look, a girl is showing us her tits. You're like, I watched.
Gives a
fucking-
fuck,
it's all like snuff films and puppy and kitten videos. Real healthy for the mental state.
I like to combine those things. Nice crushed kitten. Show him who's boss.
But he's taking a shot, Opie. He's out there pranking people.
That's what it is.
Which I saw him. I saw one today. He got kicked out of the plaza. Spoiler alert.
You
Yeah.
probably know more than I do. I'm not even angry.
He doesn't
I
mind.
just
Sure,
don't,
I believe you.
I truly don't give a fuck. Like, and it's not out of indifference. It's like, you work with somebody years later, you don't work with them. It is what it. Who cares?
Is he sitting on with like tons of money? You think? I mean, they always make jokes. They're like, he's a billionaire. He's a millionaire.
I
But
think so,
is he sitting
sure.
on
I
tons of
think
money?
he's got plenty of money.
I'm going to imagine.
So what is this? What do you think?
So,
this-
it seems
so
like
what?
an
So
indirect way to ask Ant how much money he has.
no, not at all.
Excuse. So what do you think Opie was making all those years?
No, but
I would like to know.
I think you read as you conduct your life relatively pleasant, like you're happy. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is happy to you?
To me, yeah. You see who we're around?
What was Schindler's
Excuse
List? A
me.
rom-com?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jim. My friend Jay is trying to cut the best ad ever for racism. Go ahead, Jay. Now, what do you think the secret is?
No,
that
I'm
keeps
saying
him
he's
so
saying how much
happy.
money. What do you think it keeps in there? If he was, he was known as the straight man on the show. When everything kind of flushed out, that's
Who,
what they
me?
had to say. No, Opie. Opie was basically the straight man on the
Jim, you've been
show.
accused of a lot of things.
But he got out. His name would just be. Why can he live with his name being gone if he's sitting on all that money? What difference does it make?
I think, like, a bunch of people, they want the attention, Seinfeld still does stand-up.
I'm 47, which
That's
isn't that
debatable.
old. Which isn't that old, I know. But I'm much more about the money now than worried about fame. I know what kind of one helps the other at this point, but I'm
That's
just saying.
because you gave up on fame a decade ago.
Yes.
That wasn't going to happen. So now you're like, let me count my shekels.
Let's play Who's Most Justified.
No,
Yeah, Jay, a lot of kids in sub-Saharan Africa have given up on a Porsche, but like whatever. It's not.
It's like Beast Games.
There are people that, they still do a show, they have plenty of money. It's just for the pleasure of doing it.
But he's not enjoying it. That's what
No,
I'm
he's
saying.
not.
All of
So
it.
I don't think
know.
Jay
No,
Leno
he's enjoying it.
enjoyed
Nobody
the last
else.
5 years
I don't
of
think he
doing
is.
that show.
I think when I see him do the things where he's just talking in front of his window, it seems like he's like griping, and then people pay him money. It seems like I think to read something about how much they love you guys, and then he gets
and
mad,
it just upsets him.
and then he goes, and now he's doing like pranks on the street or something. I'm just like, this doesn't seem happy. Like, why don't you just do a fucking podcast talking about whatever, and whoever listens.
I don't
You
know
could
how
do the
many-
job still.
Tween girls are going to be watching a 61-year-old do little pranks in the
You think that's
city.
what he's looking for?
That is Anthony's fantasy, by the way.
Hey, girlies, want to see Uncle Ant do a prank?
I'm going to do a prank. It's like, I don't
If Opie was
Uncle
getting
Anthony's-
tween girls, Anthony would be out there in the streets doing prank videos as well.
Children, if Uncle Anthony can take his own thumb off, will you put his pee-pee in your mouth?
It's, I got your nose.
Does this look
No, he-
swollen to you?
And I'm putting your nose in your butt. If you tell your parents, we're all going to be in trouble. Oh, man. I swear to you, earlier we were like, I hope Anthony doesn't say anything too crazy.
No. I know. Well, after 2014, I figured out how not to get in so much trouble.
Was that how long ago
on
it was?
social media?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like
2014.
10 years
11
ago.
years ago.
11 years
July
ago.
5th or whatever it is.
I was fired right before the 4th of July. Yeah.
I mean, at least they waited till the weekend before deciding what to do.
Did they send you an email?
Yeah.
What did it
I got
say?
an email. Said, you're fired. Yeah, it was pretty much done. And then our agent.
Was it a long email at all?
No,
You still
no.
have it?
was
You must
very
still have it.
short. I don't know. I was
Just like
very
an
angry.
official, like you've been terminated or something?
My agent called me though because he had gotten the phone call and he was just devastated. It's Anthony, they terminated your contract. I don't know what to do.
What did he say? They terminated you?
Terminated your contract. I'm like, what does that mean? Fired?
Yeah.
Cool if they terminated you like the Terminator.
Yeah.
They sent you back in time.
Yeah, because they terminated your contract. Because what an extreme way to put it. He goes, they sent your contract up on, sent it out there, and they shot it up.
You used the last part of my last name.
And then you said, I won't be back.
Hasta la vista, baby.
I've been terminated.
Yeah, I could have been a little smarter with that. The thing is, don't mix anger about a situation that happened with your thoughts about social commentary.
And liquor. And Twitter.
And booze. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to be racist, be happy about it.
But if
I
you
am.
guys,
Yeah, I know. That's what Anthony is now. He learned to be happy about his racism.
Be happy about it.
but also, it would seem like it was on such a fucking razor's edge at that point. Because how long was it after that when I've listened to that in the car so many times. I find conflict on radio so interesting. You and Opie, when you guys had it out.
The argument with Esther Koo? That was a while
right.
into
Which,
it.
by the way, which is the funniest. I mean, Esther Koo having to go, she goes,
You guys seem like you're friends normally.
She started it. It was great.
I know.
Yeah.
She goes,
Why you guys seem weird to each other?
I don't
But
remember what year that was. I remember it happening.
I think it was
but-
Year of the Dragon.
was the goat.
But I don't remember. It was a while into it. We had been
Years
doing
into
a
it?
show. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was kind of close to the end.
But you guys were butting heads at that point pretty hard, and it seemed like,
Yeah.
and when you left, you and him were so quickly like at odds that like, listen, the circumstances, of course, is not what you wanted to be labeled with and pinned with for the rest of your life. But
Of course.
but the actual thing, was it a time for that show to end anyway? Could you have gotten more good years out of it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you had a great supporting cast with all the New York comics you had in there.
It was still, a name brand show, and there was a real problem because, look, I got the boot, and Opie didn't even consider, and I'm not saying he should have, but didn't even consider going, hey, why don't we take
Do a
this
podcast.
and do a podcast? It's a very new thing at that point. Let's give it a whirl. And it was just like, no, I think he really believed he could do a
was the
great
guy.
show without me. Like, it would be even better than O&A if it's just his show.
I was
Can I have an honest-
manically depressed, and I
Yeah.
remember people kept saying, "Why don't you leave?" My greatest fear was that I would leave, and then Anthony would get rehired, and then I would be fucking
Oh,
stuck.
Jesus.
Like I was so worried that I
Yeah.
would leave, and then all of a sudden they would go, "You know what, Anthony, come back in 6 months."
I couldn't find a pointy white hat that fit him.
I kept sitting on it.
You know what? That just made me feel in my mind that Dan, when he left, didn't go, hey, I don't, because he didn't want to do, 4-day-a-week show anymore. So
Right.
I was like, why didn't he go, hey, why don't we just do a podcast
do
one day
this.
a week
Sure.
together? We could probably make comparable money.
Because you're a radio guy. You like to do radio. I
do
mean, that's
do
what
radio,
he
though.
told
I do.
himself. But
It
The
is
O&A
true.
show, the O&A show going to the internet in 2014 would have been giant.
Yeah.
But again, he was like, "Oh, thank God that dead weight."
But
is
did that
off."
fight bring it all to surface, or were you guys? I know you said there wasn't a lot of talking, but like on a daily basis, overall, did you guys come in and you're like, oh, we had a fucking fun blast on the
I
show?
was smiling motherfucker with that show, man. I would do it, and I would have done it for another fucking 10 years, whatever it was. I understood that. How many bands do you look at, like you bring up Guns N' Roses and things like that,
Police.
and go, how stupid are these motherfuckers
Stupid, yeah.
that they can't just slap a smile on their face, play their tunes, and fucking make bank?
Dude, I
But
remember
the
seeing fucking what's it called? Stevie Nicks and
Fleetwood Mac.
Without, sorry, I was
Gay.
brain fart for a second. And no, let me tell you something. Fucking great show.
Yeah.
And it was Fleetwood Mac touring again, and it was supposed to be the whole band.
Uh-oh.
And then literally
Lindsey
Buckingham, not only he pulled out and then was suing the rest of them, and they were in active lawsuit, and like they're like 73.
Yeah.
And you're going to see Fleetwood Mac, and you're like, dude, at 73, you can't just
Can't just
figure
put
it
it
out.
together.
Like,
Yeah.
we all just want to
Yeah.
see
I got
you
a chance.
together.
I did get
You
to
have
see them all
play
together
for an hour.
Isn't it crazy?
That's it.
I saw them like the tour before that, and they were.
Oh,
all
you're the
together.
one who broke them up.
Yeah, they were all together. But I will say the funny thing about Fleetwood Mac, though, if we could take a moment, Dave, what you did see was Lindsey Buckingham, who filled in the lead singer of Crowded House, and they still did with all the Fleetwood Mac songs.
No, who filled
they
in?
did? They did. Don't Dream It's Over.
Don't dream it's over. There you go.
Jay, they can't hear you. You're wearing gloves.
Yeah. But
Jay, you can't start a
Hey, now.
One of my
band.
favorite karaoke songs, my friend.
A band can just play and not look at each other and look straight ahead. You're doing radio. You got to collaborate creatively every day.
Yeah, you need actual
looking
chemistry.
at each other.
They had chemistry 40 years ago, and then
That's
they just
true.
replayed
They
the
could
hits.
just
But
play
I
the
could
same
just
songs.
smile. Like I could have gone in there and we could have pumped out a good show on a daily basis, especially with third party here, Jim. We just would have gone back and forth, and hello, good night, Sam. Good night. The coyote and the sheepdog and the cartoons that would fight and then just punch a time clock and leave. That's kind of what I would have been fine doing. I don't need to be friends with the motherfucker.
Jim kind of looks like the little bird that was like, say it ain't so. Say it ain't
bird.
so.
I heard Violent Femmes won't even stay in the same hotel floor as each other.
Wow.
They tour, but then they're like, I don't even want to see you go into the elevator.
that's
When
fine.
I was out with Korn, each guy
they
had
do
their
it.
own bus that has like their own bedroom in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
I get that.
They didn't
Like-
hang it. They didn't. It wasn't like during the day you'd see them like harmonizing together. But
he's not like-
they would see each other before they went on stage.
He was like, "There's no fucking way I'd be in the same room as this guy," and it's like, really? There's 20 other hours in every day, 4 hours for like a pretty decent paycheck, and what? You can't tuck it aside.
But
It's
once
an
in a
emotional
while, when
wreck.
you guys
That's
get-
Jim's job.
It's a woman.
tuck it aside.
I hate tucking.